Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we contemplate Dolores Day. We spent the whole last episode, learning about lore. Our encyclopedia had a chat with us, and now it's our visual calculus. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a leitmotif below them both. What shattered this mosaic? Unknown. A motor carriage? A gunshot? Someone falling into it? Or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break? And this older woman is? The Escutcheon on her throne says Irene the Navigator. Oh, why didn't it make it Irene the Navigateur, which is how it was said before? She's depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichspfell, which is that, in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised above. Or above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up to the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, ferriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail. The motto, what does it say? Below both women, in luminous black letter, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. That's French for after life, death. After death, life again. And then along the left side says, Après le monde, le gris. Après le gris, le monde de nouveau. And it's the same. Monde means world, and gris means gray. After the gray, the world again. Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death. After death, life again, he nods. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. Pale is a lot of a better word than just gray. That's why I'm not a translator. This exaltation is common in DeLorean sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however. What's the RCM motto now, or slogan? Justice, union, prudence, and force. Not very feminine. No, what about this is not feminine? Oh, justice, oh, not very, union, prudence, force, I suppose, maybe a little bit more, like, what makes any of this feminine or masculine is totally dependent on the society that you're referring to, obviously, but it's just that we are not really introduced in this game to what constitutes femininity in this setting, or not really what constitutes femininity, but rather the things that are more usually associated with femininity, in this setting, so we're all left to assume that it's in real life, and then that's why I said, what makes this feminine? Let's see. I like the other one better. Justice, union, actually, let's see what this might be a reference to here. This one, let's not, this one is interesting, because it sort of implies, the devaluing of life, and the devaluing of the now, but I don't know if that is applied like that. It could be. And then this new one is justice, union. Union is a weird word for that. Not unity. Union. Prudence and force. Yeah, I like the other one better. So do I, says Kim. I'm gonna step back. And we can't see the image anymore. This is Dolores Day, I'm gonna say. The old woman in the village was right. He looks around. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records. You knew of the place? It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. He lowers his voice. It was built not long after the Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers. What else do you know? There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Le Sept... That's not 7. Is that 7? Is that the French for 7? And I'm... C'est? Because if it is, it's c'est, right? Le C'est sur? That sounds a lot better than the Sept sur. They call them the 7 sisters. Yeah, it is. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here. Although the building appears to be deserted, I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps. He looks around at the machinery lying, or looks at the machinery lying around. It is again a small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here. Do you know why it was abandoned? I have a theory, yes. There's a pause, and then he continues. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here. Who conducted this raid? Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure. How come a lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information? Asks our rhetoric. You're not sure? 3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I guess I could have been here. I'm sorry. I'm not saying you were. There's a pause. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted, and who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters. Well, if I was here, I should find out what I was doing. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. I wonder if it is one of the texts in our ledger. Or if it now got unlocked and we can look for it specifically. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that doesn't lead anywhere. I thought maybe we'd go outside. And we did that already. Right? Read the printout. The first entry made... Oh, no, we didn't do this. The first entry made on the 4th February 52 by an unknown author is short and concise. It reads, arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. It looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath. 4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up these machines has been here for quite a while. Do you think this log might be connected to the case? Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local. His eyes wander to the various machines around him. Eccentric. Okay, second entry. The 6th of February, this time around FEB capitals. 52 had a little chat with a local fisherman. Said I shouldn't go near the place, that the church was, quote, spooky, unquote, and ridden with, quote, narcotics, unquote, which is something you say when you are talking about soup. not when you're talking about a place. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. 7th, finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esker series, something advanced. Why would she need an antenna? Why would anyone need any of this equipment here? He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. On the 8th, bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up, called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to, quote, making art, unquote, drinking somewhere out of town, more like Sully's Law. Actually, that's Sully's Law. The L is mute there, because it's got that thing, I think. Maybe. Started a rock band again. Lexi has been asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine, too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right. A data loss. Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. He adjusts his glasses. Let's just keep reading. Artists, programmers, Lexi, who are all these people? I think these people worked in the radio computer games business, the one we saw in the doomed commercial area. They must be her former co-workers. And what was before just a little veiled commentary on the writers, though they're fucked, now becomes specifically about video game writers, though they're fucked. And yeah. That's the commentary. That is pretty blatant. Read the 5th entry. On the 12th, brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m. The strike, he strokes his chin. We're nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place. Okay. On the 25th, I've been sending data up to Lintel for... Where right now, we don't know the date. It's Monday, though, but it doesn't say the day of the week here. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the day loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in the disappointment, but I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics. Is she talking about... Kim asks. The lieutenant looks to his right, towards the silence. Okay. On the 28th... Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. It seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here. The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk? Yeah, I would expect it to be purposely designed to be like that, not just be accidental quirk. Although it could be, if you're very geometrical about your building and then you accidentally come upon perfect silence in the place of it, in the middle of it. But what could it be, I'm going to ask, and look at the water basins behind you. The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. And then, just March. Some kind of young disco men, that's plural though, have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I have also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. So she doesn't know about the Crabman, about Tiago. So and this person that came in was the girl, the microphone girl. That disco man must be a cell. She's not a disco man. I mean, I didn't ask. She must be describing a cell. The girl on the ice? Asks Kim. It sounds like her, yes. Read the 9th entry then. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her. That's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer, and the storekeeper must be Plaisance. I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine. No, don't worry, Kim. She's just writing about us. Our interfacing says, no, it was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. It is. Read the 10th entry. A new 2-meter auxiliary cable, noodles, crackers, ping pong, capital P and P, energy, oh, that's why, energy drinks, water, toothpaste, all capitals, gum, also some canned air. And if you don't know what canned air is, it's literally just a spray can full of, not air actually. It's nitrous dioxide, I think. It's something that doesn't, it's not bad for us, but because it's in the air, but it's not oxygen in there, and it's used for like spraying things over if you don't have a compressor. And I did hear that sound though. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. It's awfully late. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She doesn't say anything else, though. She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots. Yes, you are breaking in, says our interfacing, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
I have a lot of options here. I saw it interfacing saying that I'm not gonna go with the circuit bender line. We're looking for a suspect in a murder investigation. We thought they might be hiding here.
No one's hiding here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now, please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
We should indeed.
What is it?
The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
It does not look like a big loss to her. Her name is Suona. Suona, maybe? The programmer. Hey, are you the lead programmer of Viral Untethered, by any chance?
Yes. Or no, not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized, rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Sona Lukanen Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how can I help you.
That's not how proper grammar is. I don't really know how I can help you, because if you say the can I, you need to ask a question, and this is not a question. This is, you're just saying how I can help you. She turns back to the terminal. Also, I think she is Norwegian. Her accent could be Swedish as well. I don't know. So, Ona, I wouldn't know. Let me know in the comments if you know. Did she say something over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager. Thanks, Logic. Have you seen the Crabman? No, she says. But you know he's around. Yes. Oh, he's seen you. And? Well, and the Crabman has seen you. I don't care. I don't care about Crabman. She barely looks up now, tinkering with a machine's printer. Have you seen anyone suspicious? Say a woman named Ruby? What? No. No one suspicious around here. She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true, says our drama. Why are there so many machines in this place? I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. What are you doing with... What about those bowls of water over there? They are connected to the RAM prefect. She looks up. Whatever you do, please don't move them, okay? Thanks. Short and terse, says our Eric. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers. Right, I'll try not to touch anything. Next question. Great. She dwells back into the glowing terminal. What are you doing in an abandoned church? You really like those questions, don't you? There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes. Well, you're occupying a public space. I need to know what you're doing here. I am conducting a scientific research here. You can't throw me out, she says, ready to stand her ground. A research? What research? I'm looking for the location of the 2mm hole in the world. Wait, what? Says our logic. Our logic actually goes, wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said, says our interfacing. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal? Yes, that's what led me here. She stares at the burnished antenna on a nearby table. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. So, a hole in the world, what does that mean exactly? Exactly what does it mean? There's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze with you, eyes shining like pearls. Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is, because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist? She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer. Easy, you measure it by the world around it, says our logic. That's a challenging thing. That is a cool way of looking at it. I think it is also scientifically grounded. Things like the quark. No, it's not the quark. What is the Planck? I don't know the terms. I think it's the Planck measure, which is the shortest measure that is possible. I actually don't know if that one has been measured, but it was theorized way before it was ever measured. There's a lot of things like that in physics that just sort of theorized because you're like, this must be that, there must be something over there. It's like playing Sudoku. You just, there's a 9 over there. I'm gonna put a 9 over there, and then you put the 9 and you're wrong. But that's me. Anyway, the thing is, you measure things by just deducing it, and then many years later somebody actually puts it to the test, because then many years later they actually have the machines to do the tests. But I don't know if they have ever tested the Planck length. It must be a mathematical. The Planck length, basically, the reason, if you don't know what it is, it's basically the shortest amount of space because it is the shortest amount of travel that a light particle can travel. And because all time and space is dependent on light, that's how you derive the shortest amount of space. But I think there is something else to that. I'm not really sure if they're... I'm not really sure what else there is to that, though. Because I'm not a physicist, so I don't know these things. But that's one of the many Wikipedia articles that you can start reading. It's easy to understand, and then you get yourself down into a rabbit hole. And you, at 4 a.m., still reading physics articles on Wikipedia. So that's what I do instead of playing Sudoku, which is probably better for the brain. Or maybe not. I don't know. You measure it by collecting data on its surroundings, on that which exists, is the second option. And it sounds like it is the option unlocked by our logic over here. I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist. Oh, really? Talking about something that doesn't exist. That's what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about a video game. A video game doesn't exist in the sense that, it's all an illusion, because it's just lights on a computer. Lights that were programmed by people who were having the same illusion, mind you, but still, it's like, what is that old saying that's cool that I like a lot? Now, there's one specifically about software. Hardware... Oh, there's one specifically about software, and I think it's like hardware is the vehicle, software is the illusion, or the hallucination or something. But I think there's one that's a lot better, and I don't remember that one. I don't remember the one about software either, specifically about books, because you can think of books as just you hallucinating, looking at ink on paper, and it is very much what it is. The letters are just all in our brains. We are the ones that have to decode the ink, because of course they were coded. The ink was coded to be letters, but still, it's all in our brains. So you measure it by collecting data on its surroundings, on that which exists. Exactly, she nods. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro-transducers to record the silence to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well. She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual. But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts? In everyday parlance, says our Inland Empire. No, Inland Empire, it doesn't have to do with that. But it does have to do with the end of the episode because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.